In 2010, I ran for Congress in the 3rd District. 6 people finished that race. I was fortunate enough to win the original vote, and I lost in a very close runoff to Jeff Duncan. It's like 37,000 to 35,000 votes. I remember talking to my father about running before I had actually got my feet in the water, and he said something very interesting. He said, "Why would a family man like you want to go to Washington, D.C.?" It's a great question. If you look me up, you'll see that I am a family man. I've been married 28 years, been blessed with 8 children. But my reply to him is really very simple. It's because I'm a family man I feel compelled to go to Washington, D.C. You know, the most important thing we could pass on to our children is the greatness of America. What is it that makes America unique? What is it that makes it great? What have we inherited? And what is it that is our obligation to pass on? Well, very simply, identify the greatness and the source of American greatness in the 3 C's: Christianity, capitalism, and the Constitution. Our economic system, our political system, and Christianity being the yeast that permeates our cultural foundation. It's those ideas, it's those systems of thought interacting with one another that it makes America unique. It makes America what it is in the world. If I was to ask you, can we take the American Constitution and plop it down in the Middle East somewhere and expect it to work there the way it works here, what would you say? No, of course not. If I was to say, if we were to take the capitalist system of free enterprise and equal opportunity and just plop it down in any country in Africa somewhere today, would it work there the way it works here? What would you say? Probably not. Why is it that these things work in America in such a way that people from all over the world want to come here? Well, my friends, I think the answer to that question is the 3rd thing I mentioned. It's the culture. It's the culture. It's the way we think. It's the embedded beliefs and ideals and values that we have as Americans that allow those economic and political ideas to work the way they do here. Now, we all know the culture's gone in the wrong direction the past generation. It's gone in the wrong direction at a very rapid rate. We're now 40 years from Roe v. Wade. 40 years and over 50 million unborn babies are not with us in the United States today because of that. 40 years after Roe v. Wade, we're at a turning point in America. Are we going to keep going that way? Or, as a nation and as individuals, are we going to turn back to God? You know, we're here on Labor Day. It's a great day. How many of y'all are gainfully employed? Well, I am. I've got 2 or 3 things I'm working on right now. Senator Lindsey Graham is in favor of providing a pathway to citizenship for 10 to 12 million people who have come here illegally, is he not? Here on Labor Day, what I would say to you folks is that's going to take jobs away from Americans. I don't care how you want to spin it. 10 to 12 million people who become American citizens and then bring over their relatives are going to take jobs from American citizens. We're here on Labor Day. We need to protect American jobs. We need to put America first in this debate. The first thing we need to do is secure the borders. Lindsey Graham's in Washington today trying to convince President Obama to get the United States involved in the civil war in Syria. How many of y'all want to go and get involved in the civil war in Syria today? Lindsey Graham's not listening. That's the problem. He's grown out of touch with your values. He's not listening to your voice, and he's not going to vote the way you want him to vote on this issue about Syria because he thinks he knows better than you do. It's that kind of attitude that has brought us out in opposition to Lindsey Graham. That's why Lindsey Graham should be replaced. My friends, he can be replaced, and I would say to you, if we want to preserve our heritage to the next generation, Lindsey Graham must be replaced. We must send more people to Washington, like Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, and Marco Rubio, and Mike Lee. And we must bring home Lindsey Graham, one of the chief opponents of those guys who are trying to steer our ship in the right direction. Thank you for listening. We look forward to mingling with you here after we get done speaking. And I appreciate y'all coming out. We've got 9 months This is Labor Day. We're going to work as hard as we can. We need your help to get rid of Lindsey Graham next June. Thank you very much.